So this is a video about what I love and hate about Halifax, Nova Scotia. Now I do a lot of traveling and I really enjoy wherever I stay. I'm obsessed with this planet and specifically right now this city. So if you're into travel or you're into just learning more about places in the world, please do hit that subscribe button. It helps me make more videos and continue doing what I love doing, and I'm always open to your guys' suggestion. If you have any videos you want me to make, I will be so happy to be able to tackle it and just make content for you. So let's get at it. There are some things that I really love about this city. Canadian East Coast city, right on the peninsula. It's beautiful. There's so many great things about it, and there are things that are a little difficult about it. And whether you're wanting to move to Halifax or whether you already live here, these things are going to be helpful to you, or at least confirm what you already know. So one thing I really like about Halifax is everyone is super friendly. Really friendly. I'd say one of the most friendliest places in the world. I've been to a few places, a couple of continents, and I haven't been anywhere where people are quite as friendly as Halifax, Nova Scotia. And I'm not just running my bias, I mean, like, when you cross the road, people will literally, lines of cars will stop so you can cross, even if you're crossing illegally. They won't get angry. For the most part, they just let you do what you're doing. People really care about you here. If you want to have a conversation with someone and you walk up to them, they're likely to answer you. They're not going to think you're weird. They're really friendly. Obviously, wherever you go, you're going to get differences. Some people aren't going to be super friendly, but that goes with any place in the world. Halifax is one of the friendliest places I have ever been. Some cons about Halifax. For young people, there are a lot of young people here, which is good. I mean, there's universities, there's 4, 5, maybe more universities. I know I'm not super factual, I can't count them all off the top of my hands, but I didn't Google it. But there are a lot of universities. We have Dalhousie University, we have the University of King's College, we have Mount University, we have NSCC, Nova Scotia Community College, we have St. Mary's University. I'm already get 5. I know I feel like I'm missing something, but there's a lot of students here because of that. More than 100,000 if I'm not wrong, in one concentrated area. So that's what makes it really good. But I find like people don't go out a lot. And one of the reasons for that, in my belief, is because Halifax is a city that hasn't developed in such a metropolitan way for young people. You have places that are like bars, which are great for young people to go and hang out at. You have a community center, you have a convention center down by Atlantica Hotel in Halifax. You have the boardwalk. But when it's winter and a lot of these places start shutting down, I feel like the only places to really hit up are the bars. And for people, like, I used to drink more when I was younger because it was new to me, but now I'm really looking for more things to do. And I feel in a city like Toronto, or in a city somewhere in BC, you're gonna end up having, like in Vancouver, a more concentrated metropolitan area, a sprawling urban center, where people can go and hang out. And Halifax is nice for its little events if you can catch them when they come and go, but it's not really a sprawling metropolitan area that extends beyond specific urban centers. What I'm trying to say is it's smaller than other cities, and it's not as developed as other cities. I mean, we had the Halifax explosion about 100 years ago and they rebuilt the city, but a lot of the city isn't very planned. You can walk for kilometers or miles, depending on where you are in the world, and you'll just pass houses with siding, just residential areas. Whereas in Toronto, you may pass apartment buildings, but you'll pass a lot of commercial areas as well. To me, I'm lingering on that a little bit because that's one of the things that I find really difficult about this city. It's small, and there isn't really a ton of things to do unless you look for them. What I also like about Halifax is that the more integrated you become with a city, the more known you become. What I'm trying to say is, if you become involved with events, you go out and you meet people, people will start to learn who you are very fast. That's very hard in a city like Toronto. I made a video about Halifax and it ranked first for the search term Halifax immediately. And that's what got me thinking, hey, this is a smaller city. It's a lot easier to stand out here. There's so many opportunities. At the same time, there's not as many opportunities because it's not, like I said, as much of a commercial hub, but there are opportunities in the sense that it's easier to stand out here. And there's a growing base for entrepreneurship in Halifax right now. So if you're into that, it's gonna be amazing for you, because we have entrepreneurs that are doing some really amazing things down here. We have Alex McLean with East Coast Lifestyle. We have people making, there's a lot of different clothing brands down here. Be Human Clothing. We have, I'm actually interviewing a guy this Thursday. I don't want to give it away, but he owns a clothing company, and I think he does something to do with communications as well. So there's a lot of emerging creators and innovators that are coming out of Halifax, which is really cool. So if you want to come to Halifax, realize that it's a small city, but although it's a small city, it's a tightly knit community. I mean, when people think of major cities in Canada, say Halifax, Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, it's one of Canada's biggest cities, but the opportunities to shine are amazing. I feel like there's a lot of conformity among the students here, in the sense that a lot of people come from the same background. So we have a lot of variety, and we do have people coming from different places and different backgrounds and different walks of life. But for the most part, I feel like people tend to conform a lot. And if you're different, you're gonna